Hello and welcome to a new video, a new evening, and a new topic. Today I am talking about how to actually practice improvising. If you're like me, a lot of my time was spent practicing other people's solos, working on technique, and all of that is really important. But I don't think that I ever started practicing how to improvise until much later on. Now, you may think that what you have been doing is practicing improvising, but there's a certain mindset when you're improvising. And I think it's really important to practice within that mindset and really expand your creativity in that way. By the way, please say hi if you are here, and I'd love any comments along the way, because I know you're here, Josh. Okay, so I want to take a simple blues in B flat, and I'll work out some concepts with you, and I'll talk about how I incorporate some improvisational concepts and how I actually practice improvising. It's so important to practice improvising. Hi, Josh. I saw your thing. So something that I've been working on a lot lately is my phrasing. And phrasing is often overlooked. And something that I find a lot of players do is they for example, on a blues, they'll play their solo, and then at the very end of the chorus, they'll stop, and then they'll start a brand new idea, a fresh thing on the next chorus. And it sounds really just choppy, and it's not all connected. So, for example, something that I might practice over a blues, I'll play a couple choruses, and I will try my best to not stop my phrase at that point. To be completely transparent here, I had a teacher tell me that that's what I was doing. And often that's kind of the way that I play when I first start playing a solo, and then by the end of my solo, I'm sort of warmed up on the tune, I'm warmed up on my ideas, and I'm getting things flowing. So here I'm going to play a blues, just the solo, and I'm going to try. Actually, let me incorporate a few more things here before I do it. So what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna try soloing in 3-bar phrases. So I'll do 3 bars of playing and 2 bars of rest. So let's see, let me get a piece of paper here and kind of map this out. So if I'm doing 3 bars, so a blues has 12 bars in it, right? So give me a second while I pencil this through. So blues has not 3 bars. So blues has 12 bars, and I'm going to play for 3 bars, rest for 2 bars, then play for 3 bars, rest for 2 bars, and then play for 3 bars. So that actually carries us in to the first measure of the next form. So okay, so I'll take one chorus but continue on until I finish. So this is kind of what it looks like. I'll show the camera here. So we got, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So you got play, the P for play, R for rest, P for play, R for rest, P for play, R for rest. Okay, if that makes sense to you, I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot here. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh, sorry. Forgot to turn off my talking mic. Give me a second. Now, this is something that I have never done before, really, in this combination. So it's brand new. You're hearing all, warts and all, but that sounded different. I'm playing differently than I might ordinarily, and that's really the point. It's like putting the ankle weights on while you're taking solos. You're putting these challenges in. So I'm not gonna dive into too much or demonstrate these perfectly, but I'm just trying to inspire some ideas that might help you be more creative with the way you practice improvising. Because this is how you practice improvising, by setting up goals for yourself and setting up challenges while you're improvising to help you play with more fluidity and help you play with more options. Now, here's another one. So we're gonna stick with the blues form because it's nice and short. And this time, I am going to play the first chorus with nothing but eighth notes and eighth note rhythms. The second chorus, I'm going to play with nothing but triplets and triplet-based rhythms. And finally, the third chorus, I'm going to play with 16th notes and 16th note rhythms. And then if I still have a little bit of steam, I will play a mixture of those three kind of rhythmic worlds, and we can see, well, we might feel more flexible and we might feel more open to trying new things when we have successfully played in each rhythmic category. So here we go. I'm going to play a little slower so I sound better. Hopefully. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just realized that the talking mic is on. Let me turn that off and I'll try it over again. It'll give me a second chance so that I don't sound so bad. Here we go. 8 notes, triplets, then 16 notes. Once again, not perfect, but you kind of get the idea there. It's quite challenging, and I'm sure you noticed that I wasn't as good as at sticking to each rhythmic world as I would have liked, but it gives you a really good idea of the potential challenge associated with that. So you're putting on weights and you're trying to make things a little bit more challenging for yourself. Now, here's some other ideas. I won't demonstrate them all. One is play a whole chorus within just one octave on your instrument, between your middle C and an octave above that, or your lowest register. Just play it all within the lowest octave that you have on your horn. Or if you're trying to work on your expanded range, play just the highest octave you can and just stick to that. There's so many things you can do to challenge yourself. Another one you might try is every time you get to a dominant chord that is resolving down a fifth, play the whole tone scale, or play the diminished scale, play the altered scale, play what you are working on, and make it so that you have no choice but to play that. So you are forced to creatively use that. So I'm going to play a chorus of a blues, and every dominant chord that resolves down a fifth, I'm going to use a whole tone scale on. So bear with me while I fumble through this. Here we go. Very interesting. Again, I forgot to turn off the talking mic. So sorry about that. I am really awful at it. I'm sure it sounds horrible on your end. Let's see, what other fun things can we do? By the way, there are a million things that you can do, and these are just some suggestions. I'd like to talk. Oh, first of all, if you have any ideas, please leave them in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions, hit me up. I would love to know what you were thinking about this and how it may affect you. If you get anything out of this, let me know. And if you do get something out of this, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot. I am looking to build a community here, and I'm putting out new videos every day, whether it's an edited video or a live stream. So please stick around. There will always be content coming out. I'd like to shift my focus here into something maybe a little different now, and all of these things have been kind of loosely related to phrasing, but I kind of want to talk about something that I've been working with lately, and that is the idea of knowing when to come in and knowing when to stop. So you have this, hopefully you have a band behind you, and they're playing music. They sound great. They're swinging. They're creating this nice bed for you to lay in. And it's your job to know when it's appropriate to play and when it's not appropriate to play. I've heard some great players describe improvising as playing the rhythm section. And I think that's a really interesting approach. Knowing when to play and knowing when not to play. Because sometimes when you stop playing at the right time, that is exactly the window the rhythm section needs to kick it up a notch and to really punch. And it actually makes you sound better. The less you play, hopefully not to a great extreme, but the less you play, the more time your listeners have to digest what you just did. Now, there are exceptions to this. When you get a really, really great improviser, somebody like Coltrane, there's not a lot of space in his solos. And he is such an advanced player, and his phrasing is so advanced that it does not feel cluttered. It does not feel I think cluttered was just the best word there. So what I like to do is I like to take a step back, breathe a second while the rhythm section is playing, and listen for my opening. And as I am playing my ideas, hopefully you have a command of your instrument and enough vocabulary that you can keep playing while you are consciously focused on hearing the end of your phrase. Because there's a chance that as you're playing, you're hearing a particular arc to your phrase, but when you get to that point where you think you're going to stop, you continue hearing more, and the phrase actually wants to stop somewhere else. And it's very important to listen to your intuition there. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So this is me. I'm going to play a chorus. I'm going to turn off the talking mic here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen for my opening. I'm going to count it off so that you know where the start of the form is. And I'm going to play when I hear my entrance. And I'm going to listen for the end of my phrase as I'm playing it. And tell me if you can hear a difference. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something I find that I notice when playing like this is my playing is a lot less ego-driven because I am consciously focused on making the phrases sound as good as possible. And there's no time for me to be arrogant about it. There's no time for me to be selfish about it. If I'm really truly investing in the notes I'm playing, in the length of my phrases, there is no room for ego. So there's a part of me that's like, oh, I'm going to practice this all the time so that I take my ego out of the music, and that's great. And then there's another part of me like, no, I don't want to let go. I want to be super killing. I want to be super this. I want to play all the notes. And I guarantee if you go down that road, you're going to listen back and oh gosh, that sounds awful. So I encourage you to work on this. For me, it's the kind of practice that takes me about 10 minutes to get tired of, and it takes so much focus. I don't know. There's certain things that I practice that are very focus intensive, and that is one of them. And I don't know if you're going to be the same way. It might be easier for you, and if so, I hope so. But you're a unique person, and you're probably going to have your own challenges when it comes to practicing. I have my challenges. You have your challenges. And this process of learning is really about learning yourself and how you work. So I hope you got value out of this video, and I think that's just about it as far as this topic is concerned. As I said before, if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment, and I'd love to hear what you're thinking. And if you have any suggestions about potential upcoming videos, please let me know. I'd love to know what you're thinking and what you'd like to learn about, and I will do my best to share what I can. My experience, while it might be more than you, it might be less than you, I just want to share what I know. And with that, I bid you farewell. How about that? We made it through another video. And I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.